Everybody, what's going on? It is Terrence Price. I wanted to make a quick video, and hopefully this provides some encouragement for not just musicians, even though I'll be talking about a specific instance as it relates to me and my music, but I think this can extend to, well, really anything that you're passionate about. But I want to provide some encouragement to you, and basically I'll tell you what happened with me. So I have a song, it's not out yet, it's called You and I. A few people have heard it. I've shared it with some people, but it's called You and I. It's a love song, and I absolutely love it. The vocalist that's on it, she did a great job. I love the song. Interesting story behind it. I was actually gonna. It's really been in the I guess you could say in the making for about maybe like 2 years now. But I connected with I got the beat from this dude. He's really cool. His name is L3K, and it's one of the first beats that I bought. And I just knew that it was something special whenever I heard the beat. And I just started writing the hook. One of the first songs I think it was like the third song or something that I had done. So I wrote the hook, and then I wrote the verses. And I'm very picky about who it is that I work with. I want to find the right artist, the right person for the song. So I spent some time looking for the vocalist, and then I finally connected with her. She was really good. She knocked it out of the park. She had a great voice. We just had a disagreement about some things, but it was amicable, it was professional. So I ended up not doing that version of the song, but I connected with the other vocalist that's on the track now. Her name is Lynn. She's a really cool, really great artist. And we connected, and I sent her the track, and she liked it, and so that's who's on the hook. And I went back and we restructured it a little bit. So I extended my verse, and like I said, we restructured some things, but it turned out really well, I think. So I showed it with all the songs I do. I share it with some people, and they give me their thoughts. So people like the song. And whenever I do these songs, particularly the love songs, I will try to become a character, so to speak, and I try to fit the mood of that beat. So if the beat is more intense, I might try to have a delivery that matches that style. This beat on this track is more laid back and romantic, so that's the type of delivery that I chose to go with. Sometimes I'll hear love songs and the guy will be rapping on it, and sometimes I feel like, I don't know, it seems a little bit, I don't know, it just seems a little bit aggressive. I don't really hear that many people that will have a more smooth delivery. It's always kind of the same. So I try to do it differently for these love songs sometimes, and talk in a more romantic, subtle manner, I suppose you could say. That's how I delivered it on Loyal. It's out right now. And for this song, I did something similar, You and I. So anyway, I think it's a beautiful track. I've got good feedback from it. Like I said, it's not out yet, but what happened was I sent this track to this dude to review it. Paid him $35 to review the song. He goes live on Instagram. Very entertaining. He's a charismatic individual. He's very good at what he does as far as the mixing goes. He's an engineer. He mixes and masters tracks. But his whole stick is he will be very comedic and a little bit over the top with how he does things. That's fine. I mean, that gets the views and whatnot. I get it. It's very entertaining. The issue that I have with what he did with my track, when I sent him my track, he was very disrespectful, in my opinion. He didn't like my part, which is fine. He liked the hook, the vocalist. She did a very good job. And I'm fine with him not liking my part. I'm fine with people having their opinion, but whenever I paid this fool $35 to review the track and to get some feedback, some constructive criticism. I didn't get that. So this fool, he's just being disrespectful in my opinion. If you don't like the track, that's fine, but give me some feedback. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? What did you not like? He didn't give me any of that. He just said he just said he could tell it was going to be a bad song from the intro. And in the intro, I'm just talking, and again, in a more laid back manner. And so he didn't like that. He wasn't feeling the intro. He said he could tell from the intro that it was going to be a bad song. The hook came on. He liked the hook, but he wasn't sold on it because he said, well, I could have just bought the hook for all he knows. And that's not what happened. I don't do it like that. Now there are ways you can do that. You can buy vocals or plugins, or you can buy beats that have the hook already in it, but that's not how I do my music. I mean, I write all my stuff. I don't have any help. I write all my own lyrics. I don't buy beats with hooks in them already. So I write my own lyrics. The hook is on there. Sometimes I'll write the hook, or I'll just let the vocalists do the hook themselves. Even if I write the hook, like I'll always, like for You and I specifically, that I wrote that hook. So I will always, if I have a hook written already for a vocalist or whatever, I tell them, hey, this is the hook that I've done. This is the hook that I've done. You're welcome to change it. You can change a couple words if you want to. You can change the whole hook if you want to, because I believe in creative freedom to allow the artist to express themselves, because they might approach it in a way that's different from how I would. Maybe they have a different idea for the song. Maybe the idea that I had would have the song be at this level. Maybe they have an idea that takes it to this level. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like to offer that creative freedom, because I'm a rapper and they're vocalists. So they would probably just naturally approach it from a different perspective than I would. And I'm very open to that. I very much believe in that collaborative effort. You know what I mean? So, but he said, I guess he was making a joke. He said I could have bought the hook for all I know. I didn't. I wrote the hook. Now she did make some slight changes on some of the verbiage on it. But I wrote the hook, and like I said, she changed a couple words here and there just to give it that more soulful delivery. And I absolutely love what she's done. Actually, I was in love with the original, but the version that she did, I like it even more. It just has a different feel to it. It's very soulful, and I would very much like what she did. So thank you, Linz, for liking the song enough to agree to do the song. And again, it's like I said, I give people the option to change the hook. And I guess she liked the hook enough to where she kept it. She changed a couple words here and there, but she liked it enough to where she wanted to do the hook and wanted to do the song. So very grateful for that. But my issue with this dude is he didn't provide me any feedback. He just was disrespectful and said that it was a bad song. He didn't listen to the whole song. He listened to the intro and he listened to the hook, and then like a few seconds in my first verse, and then he cut it off. Which, if you don't like it, that's fine, but tell me why you didn't like it. This fool didn't give me any feedback at all. He told me, because I told him in the email when I sent it, I said the song's not out yet, and he said, yeah, don't put the song out. And to me, whenever you behave in that manner, that makes it seem like you're disingenuous and you're not actually looking to help the artist grow, because you didn't provide any feedback. Especially if I'm paying you, well, then you're just doing bad business. And to me, it seems like you're acting in a manner just to get views. So I texted this boy and I told him, I said, I gave him my honest thoughts, and I said, hey man, actually I was there in the live stream when he said he didn't like the song. I said, well, what are you looking for? What don't you like about it? And he just was running his mouth and just saying things just to be funny, I guess. But I texted him and I said, basically the basic gist was, you said you didn't like the song. I can accept that, but you were very disrespectful about it. You could have told me to tweak this or change that, but you didn't provide me any feedback. And after I paid you money, so to me that just makes it seem like you're being disingenuous. And he responded back and he said he understands the frustration. Oh, and I told him that, hey, and I asked several people because he told me in his live stream, he said for me to screen record it and for me to post it, what he was saying about the song, and for me to ask my audience, hey, do y'all agree with him? Should I not put the song out, or should I put it out? And I told him I wasn't going to do that because, one, I'm not going to use his name to get views. I have more integrity than that. I'm not going to use his name for views and whatnot and for clicks. I believe in myself enough to not have to do that. But I'm going to put the song out because I don't want to operate based off of people's opinions. So people might like a certain song that I do, and I go ask a different crowd of people, they may not like it. You know what I mean? So you might have the Christian crowd that likes certain songs, and maybe they don't like if I do a song like Patty Cake, or they may not like if I do a song like Vominos or Loyal because they're love songs. I'm not saying anything inappropriate in them, but maybe people only want me to do political songs. You have that crowd too. So you can never please everybody. So that's why I don't even want to bother with asking people, hey, should I put the song out? Yes or no. I put my everything into every song that I do, no matter what it is. I give it my all. So I tend to put it out. I don't make any songs that I don't intend to follow through on. If I make a song, I intend on putting it out. That's why I spent so much time and effort and money into these songs. So why would I make a song and then just sit on it? So I'm gonna put it out. And that's kind of what I told them. Is I said I'm not gonna put it out and ask people and tag you in the post and ask people if I should put the song out. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. So, and I told them people like the song. I've asked them, they like the song, my part included, not just the hook, which again, I didn't buy the hook. I wrote the hook. And so he responded back, like I said, and he told me, he said, I can understand your frustration, but I'm always honest in my reviews. And if you wrote the hook, then he gave me my props. He said, much respect to you, and I wish you nothing but the best. And I responded back to him, and I said, I can accept honesty, but, and again, you could have provided me some feedback. You could have said, well, change this. I didn't like this. I like that. Tweak this, tweak that. But you didn't do that. And again, if I'm paying you money, then that's a waste of money to me. That's a waste of $35. And you telling me to not put the song out, well, that's not honesty. That's just being discouraging, is what I told him. And it just goes to show that, man, you can't. And hopefully this provides some encouragement to any artists out there. Again, not even music, but just whatever it is you want to do. Yes, you can accept constructive criticism. That wasn't constructive. That just was him just being disrespectful. So understand how to differentiate between someone being disrespectful and someone actually offering constructive criticism. But at the end of the day, I think do what you want to do, because there are so many examples of people being told something's not going to work out, and then they end up doing it, and then it's a major success. I was watching a video the other day about T-Pain talking about how Snoop Dogg told him that the auto-tune deal was not going to work out. That just was going to be a gimmick for a couple songs. And now you look at T-Pain, and he's very successful with the auto-tune. He actually revolutionized, if I'm saying that word correctly, he actually revolutionized that whole auto-tune deal. Someone's walking by, I'm trying not to get distracted, but so yeah, I mean, people know who T-Pain is. He's very successful. You also look at Kanye West. So his song Jesus Walks, it's not only one of his most successful songs, it's one of the most successful songs, one of the biggest songs in hip-hop history, period. But yet the story goes, when he showed that song to artists and A&Rs, some well-known people, they laughed at him. They laughed at him when they heard the song. And I guess they didn't think he should put it out. I thank goodness he ignored him, because again, that's one of his most well-known songs, one of the most well-known songs in hip-hop history. There are a lot of people that laughed at Kanye West, and say what you will about him, and I I can say a lot of things about Kanye West, but that is inspirational that he's where he's at. It took a lot of hard work for him to get there. He believes in himself. Is he arrogant and narcissistic? Yes, but the fact of the matter is that he didn't let people discourage him or dissuade him from doing what he wants to do because he has faith in himself. And so that's the encouragement I want to provide to y'all, is to have faith in yourself, believe in yourself, even if no one else does, but do what you like. If you have an idea and you feel good about it, and yeah, you can get some constructive criticism from people that you trust to be honest with you. You don't want just a bunch of yes men and yes women in your corner. Talk to people you actually trust, but you're never going to be able to please anybody. And I know that it's human nature to zoom in and focus on that one negative response or review in the sea of positive reviews that you've received. And I think that's just human nature, unfortunately. But trying not to do that. And it's so discouraging because the music industry can be so discouraging. Being a creative in general can be discouraging, but as it relates to the music industry, this is I would say the second experience that I've had, just dealing with people that are disingenuous or events that are disingenuous. I remember there was not too long ago, I was involved in a competition, if you want to call it that, and I think it was about 4 or 5 of us, and I was tied for third, which I was tied for third, so that was last place, if you want to call it that. One of the guys that finished first, someone that I'm cool with, good artist, good songwriter, he finished first. I didn't have an issue with that, not just because I know him and we've performed on a few sets together, but he's honest in his music, so I can appreciate that. Another dude, and I'm not throwing shade or nothing, but the other dude that tied for first, it just was the same type of music that you hear nowadays, the drugs and how much money I have and all that kind of stuff. And I can put my bias to the side because I'm not a fan of that type of music, but if someone's really rapping and getting busy, I'll give them respect that they're due. But he was using backing vocals. He just had his track playing behind him, and myself, my other friend, and the guy that finished first, we performed without backing vocals. It just was an actual performance. So to me, if an artist performs and they have just their whole song playing, to me that's like cheating almost. And you can do it sometimes, but in a competition, all right. But he forgot his lyrics. Same thing happened with the guy that I tied with for third place. He was playing his backing vocals, which was just his actual track playing, and he forgot his lyrics as well. So both these guys forgot their lyrics, and they both really finished ahead of me. And I think they were picked because they were talking about just the same old stuff you hear on the I guess the radio, and just the most popular songs, just about the money and all that stuff you hear about all the time. And I guess that's marketable, so that's why they finished ahead, even though they forgot their lyrics. So I didn't like that, and it's not about me finishing in third place. I mean, because I finished in third place fine if the other two dudes finished ahead of me, but they actually took the time to know their craft. And listen, if I would have got up there and I would have forgotten my lyrics, and I would have finished in first or second, I would have said, hey, I don't deserve it, put this person ahead of me because they remember their lyrics. That's something that has to go against you, but that wasn't looked at. So I thought that whole deal was disingenuous. So that really discouraged me. And then now this issue with this full reviewing my music, if you want to call it that. So I said what I said earlier about me messaging him in private because I want to have a real conversation with him, and I told him I wasn't gonna record what he said and post it, I told him I'm gonna put the song out, and when the song does well, then I'll tag you in it, and I expect my apology, because he said that he would apologize if people thought I should put the song out. But I'm not gonna ask people if I should put the song out. I'm gonna put it out, and if it does well, I'm gonna tag the boy in it, and hopefully he'll apologize. And I'm gonna use that as a way to encourage people to continue to do what they want to do. And just reiterate what I'm saying right now. So if the song does well, it's called You and I. Y'all remember what I'm saying in this video right now. But would you believe that this dude had the audacity to, I think it was the next day, he still put the clip up of, you know, him saying he didn't like the song or whatever, and he tagged me in it, and I untagged myself from it because I don't want it in my post, because I'm not going to use his name for views and all that. I'll do it in a genuine fashion. And he messaged me on Instagram, and he said for me to accept the collaboration because it will provide engagement. And I told him again, I said, I'm not going to do that. I already told you I'm not going to use your name for views and all that kind of stuff, man. And he just said, all right. And he did, you know, stupid little face palm emoji and whatnot. But it just, again, man, you see people are slimy in this industry, and people are disrespectful, and what people are willing to do for views. And I've heard, of course, so many stories about people selling their souls and what goes on at these parties and whatnot. Now, this isn't at that level or anything like that, but it's just an intro to how disingenuous people can be. And maybe someone has had a positive experience with this dude. I just didn't. But he's done cool stuff on his stream where he's done prizes. He's given people microphones and stuff like that. So that's cool and all. I'm with that. And if you want to be funny about it, hey, I understand that, but actually give me some feedback. Don't just play 20 seconds of the song and then say don't put the song out, because that doesn't help anybody. That's just being disrespectful, fool. So, but we'll see what happens. I just wanted to let y'all know what's going on with me, and hopefully this encourages somebody out there to just do what you like. Do what you like. Don't be so caught up in pleasing everybody. I mean, even Drake, I mean, he broke Michael Jackson's record, and yeah, people that like some of his stuff, people that don't like his stuff, and so you can't please everybody, man. But I couldn't believe this dude. I couldn't believe this boy would do something so disrespectful. But it is what it is. I'm gonna put the song out anyway, and like I said, if it does well, I'm gonna post it, and hopefully this encourages somebody out there, man.